Exchanges between China and Africa date from the most ancient times. The oldest surviving map in the world to show Africa was produced in China. The composite map of the Great Ming Empire was completed in the late 14th or early 15th century. It measures about 4 meters by 5 meters and shows the coast of Africa from an Indian Ocean perspective. In 2002, Dr. Frene Ginwala, Speaker of the National Assembly of South Africa, commissioned a Chinese specialist to produce an exact copy of the composite map of the Great Ming Empire on the same scale as the original. Ginwala wanted it to hang in the auditorium of Parliament House in Cape Town. He said, "The map, dated to 1389, is believed to be the earliest surviving image of the entire continent of Africa and provides evidence of contact between Africa and China, predating European contact by more than 100 years. 16 years after the composite map of the Great Ming Empire is thought to have been drawn, a vast Chinese fleet sailed to Africa. It comprised 240 ships, carrying 27,000 men, under the command of the great navigator, Admiral Zheng He. In the course of the next 28 years, Admiral Zheng undertook 7 westward voyages. On 4 occasions, he landed on the east coast of Africa. This is Pate, part of the Lamu archipelago, off the Kenyan coast. Locally, the story is told of a Chinese merchant ship that, 600 years ago, ran aground here. Several dozen sailors managed to reach land in Shanga village before settling in another village, Siyu, where their descendants are still living today.
Our grandmother always used to tell us like history or legends that we are descendants of Chinese. Long time ago, Chinese came to Kenya via the Indian Ocean, and then their ship sailed. The ones who were rescued entered into the island and got intermarried with the local people. That's why we are there now.
Sharif's mother has a typical Chinese family name, Xi. The family also own a collection of porcelain bowls and other Chinese objects. Although archaeologists have not been able to prove definitively that they and others on the island have Chinese ancestors, everyone here is convinced that the story of the sailors from Zheng He's fleet landing on Lamu is true. British scholar Joseph Needham wrote in his Science and Civilization in China, "African history of the Middle Ages can be said to be written with Chinese porcelain ware. There can be no doubt that Zheng He's fleet brought vast quantities of porcelain to Africa from China." From the 18th to the 24th of April 1955, delegates from 29 countries attended the Asia-Africa Conference in Indonesia, which has become known as the Bandung Conference. These countries were represented at what was the first international conference attended exclusively by Asian and African countries. It was also the first ever meeting between Chinese and African state leaders.